Today we're going to be loading up some Barry's 115 grain bullets on the Dillon 550C, and that's coming up next year on Jesse B Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. First off, I'd like to thank a viewer for sending out 300 rounds of 115 grain Barry's bullets for us to do videos with. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to load 100 of these up. I greatly appreciate it because that gives me a chance for at least 3 videos on my regular channel and 1 video on here to do with these bullets, and it's much appreciated. So what we're going to do is bring the camera in here, and I'm going to show you the rest of the components we're going to be using in today's video. Now the first thing we're going to be using in this video is going to be Alliant Bullseye. We are going to be using 4.3 grains of this. Disclaimer, do not use my load data at all, because what works for me may not work for you. Do your own lighter test and see if it's going to work for you. Now we got that out of the way. We got some mixed range brass that I got right here that we're going to be using. And of course we got the Barry's bullets right here. And then for primers today, we are using the White River primers. These are the ones without the nickel coating on them. They're supposed to be a little bit softer. So I'm trying them out to see if they work in my guns that I had issues with TruthSocial primers. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, as usual, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk one around here and then show you guys what I do to first start. Just for the new people who may not realize or know how a Dillon 550C works. We're going to take our first piece of range brass here. You can see there's a primer in it. Put it in station number 1. We're going to go up. Station number 1 sizes and deprimes that brass. And then when we come down, we push forward and we put our new primer in. So right there you can see we got a new primer. So we're going to move that over to station number 2. Station number 2, we're going to go up and it's going to expand the case and drop powder. So I just want to explain, I know I do this in every video, but I never know who's watching. If you don't expand it, your bullet will not fit down into the size case. So we have to expand that. Now what I'm going to do is I got my little scale over here. I'm going to zero this out and get a powder charge. It's been a while since I've worked on this, so the powder has settled in my measurer. So I got to knock that out of there. Sorry for dropping that, making that long noise. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up here, and it's going to expand it and drop the powder. But what I'm going to do, and the reason why I always run 1 the first time, is because you want to run your powder measurer a couple of times. Actually, I should have went forward there, and I didn't do that, so I didn't get nothing. So there's another tip. Always go forward like you're seating a primer, because that resets the powder charge. So there's number 2, 3, and then we're going to do 4 and 5 here. Some people do it 10 times, 20 times. To me, 5 times seems adequate enough. And now I'm going to measure this. And I'm looking for 4.3. Now, 4.3 is not the max charge. So if I'm at 4.4 or 4.2, I'm going to roll with it because it's close enough for me. Right now it's showing 4.4. I'm rolling with it. Not worried about a tenth, mostly with a planking round. Not worried about that at all. So now I'm going to come over here and we're going to move it to the bullet seating and crimping die. But as you guys know, if you follow my channel, I don't like doing it in 1 step. I do it in 2. So we are just going to seat the bullet. So now we're going to put the bullet in here. We are going to seat it. And then we're going to come over to the crimp station. Here I got a Lee factory crimp die. We're going to crimp it. And then we're going to run this round out. Now what I like doing is I always keep a barrel up here of a 9mm or whatever round I'm doing to do a plunk test. A plunk test is going to verify this bullet's the right overall length. It'll drop in, it'll drop right out, drop it back in, grab the rim and spin it. If it's spinning, that means that the bullet's not engaging the rifling, so you got your case overall length right, and everything should be good to roll with that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to get this thing rocking and rolling here. Shut my scale off. So we'll just put this in here. And I'm going to be quiet and watch you guys walk this around here for the first time. Now every station is filled, so we are in full progressive mode. And now every time we get doing this, we are knocking a round out. I absolutely love this press. As you guys know, this is my only progressive press. I've had it for exactly a year now. So I will be doing a 1-year review on it, and not just a review. I'm also going to go over some of the stuff that I changed on it. I actually got one more thing I want to change on it here, and then I'll end up doing that video. I had something sent out to me from KMS Squared. They carry Armorment stuff too, and they sent me something from Armorment I want to put on here. They were the ones that sent me the quick disconnect for the powder measure from Armorment, and then they sent me something else, so I want to get that on here because it looks like a pretty cool upgrade, and I want to put that on here before I do the full 1-year video on it, just so you guys can see the way I got this set up here. Because I do have some parts on here that are not from Dillon. I did have an issue, and I want you guys to know what that issue was, so you know to look out for it if you get one of these. Don't know if that was in crooked or a military crimp. I must not have had it in there all the way, but it is perfectly fine. So we'll keep going with that. So leave a comment down below. Do you guys use Barry's bullets? I've used them in the past, never had an issue with them. Liked them pretty well. I can think of, I definitely know I've used them in 9mm. A couple years ago, after my wife's grandpa passed, her dad gave me a bunch of his reloading and casting stuff. And I used some of their, he had 100 grain 380s. And I used all those, and they shot pretty good, so I've never had an issue with Barry's bullets. So leave a comment down below if you guys use Barry's bullets, and if you liked them or not. Always like hearing what you guys used, or if you like or don't like a certain product, I like hearing about it. Just gives me an idea for what you guys like and do. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this here, and then we're going to basically start like you would from the beginning. I know a lot of you guys like listening to this press, so I'm going to be quiet so you guys can hear it. Now right here, that one didn't come out. Looks like my pen and everything's good. So what I'm going to do, and this is what I like about the Dillon 550C, or basically any of the 550s, you can pull your pin out, and I'm going to remove the one that got a charge in it. That way we don't double charge our round. I'm going to put this back in, go back up. Does not, oh, yep, that time it knocked it out. There we go, we got a new primer in it. Don't know why that didn't knock out the first time. Could have been stubborn, so now we're going to take our little case right here, put that back in, and then take our pin right here and put it back in, and move it. That's one reason why I absolutely love this press, is when you do have an issue, you don't have to try to back everything up, figure out how it is. It's very easy and simple to find out what you did wrong, figure it out, and then remove a case like that so you don't do a double charge, and then get right back at it. Absolutely love that about this press. I think what I'm going to do now, though, I see in the camera, my hand's really getting in the way of it, so I'm going to change the camera angle up real quick. Alright, now I got the camera angle changed for you guys here. Go back to where we were. Now, that's another thing, when you do pause, I could see this was already charged with powder, so I had to move it to the next station. You can actually see where you're at and know where to keep going on that. Another very cool thing I like about this. I don't like getting the camera view all the time of my arms swinging in the way. Sometimes I forget about that. I just looked in the screen and was like, hey, my arm's in the way. Always like trying to make the video somewhat good for you. If you guys know, pretty much on this channel, I don't do a lot of editing. One of the videos I just did, I don't know if it's going to be out yet or not, was about some new updated stuff from KMS Square. And I think my microphone wasn't working right during part of it. I mean, you can hear me talk, but you can tell that there's a difference in quality. I'm not redoing it. I'm going to put it up the way it was. But these bullets here are looking pretty nice. I've been doing a lot more 115 grain lately. Normally I shoot 124 grain. And I think I'm going to start doing more 115 grain just for the simple fact on my main channel. I think when I do videos on stuff, I think most of you guys are more likely when you go to the store you're going to buy 115 grain. So I'm actually going to start using more 115 grain instead of 124 grain, even though it's my favorite. Now, the same person that donated these to the channel donated 1,000 Barry's 147 grain bullets, so we'll do a reloading video on that also. And so we're going to have a bunch of those too. But after all that gets sorted out and everything, I'm going to go to 115 grain because I figure that's what you guys are going to buy. So that's probably what I should use to test stuff out with. That one felt like it went in kind of easy, but it is in there. So I just, once again, want to keep it like everything set up the way that you guys would. So you know when I do my testing. I've had people ask me why I only shoot reloaded ammo in my videos. And basically the reason why is I got a limited income. And then I do a part-time mowing job during the spring and fall. And that job, basically mowing, pays for everything I use on the channel. So I can't afford to go out and buy 1,000 rounds of 9mm and have it shipped to my house. But what I can do is one check, go buy 1,000 primers. Next check, go buy a jar of powder. Next check, get a, some bullets. I can do that. So that's one of the main reasons why I reload all my ammo. The only thing I don't reload is 7.62 by 39. And I kind of wish I did, because, phew, that stuff has gotten expensive. And that's like the one thing I don't reload for. So my AK barely ever gets shot. But man, these are going very nice and smooth. Absolutely love this press. Knocking these 9mm out of here. Leave a comment down below, since we were talking about bullet weights. Leave a comment down below. What grain do you like using? You like using 90, 115, 147, 124? I think there's like 150s or higher ones now for subsonics. Leave a comment down below, and then also what powder you like using with them. Normally with 9mm, like I said, I like 124. But I also like 115 grain. And normally most of my powder that I use for 9mm is HP 38 or Winchester 231. It's the same stuff. Now, you're saying, well, if you like that, why are you using a bullseye? Well, my powder shelf is getting kind of full. And I got a bunch of these powders I really don't use that much. There's nothing wrong with Bullseye, but it's just not one of my particular favorite powders. And when I casted a lot of my bullets, it will eat the powder coating, and I powder coat my bullets, so I wasn't really using it for that. So now that I got some of these plated bullets in, that's a perfect time to use it and get rid of it. And that's why I'm getting rid of it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the powder. I just, not one of my favorites, so I want to get rid of it. One thing I really like it for, but once again, I can do the same thing with HP 38, is plus P 38 special rounds. I do like using it for that. But like I said, if I already got the HP 38 on hand, what's the sense of having this? Now, it was different during the powder shortages. Then you try to get whatever you can get your hands on. But I've always tried to, after that, keep a decent stock of powders. Actually, I saw that coming when that shortage happened, so I did. I loaded up on HP 38 and Winchester 231. Every time I went to the store, I tried to grab one. So I still have a bunch of that. And then the person that donated the rounds, what did he give me? A full jar of H322, which we're going to be using in 223. I think it was a full jar of Winchester 231. A partial jar of HP 38. What was the other one? Oh, I had a... I loaded up a bunch of 45 ACP for him and 9mm, and he liked HS6. Well, out of everything I reloaded, I still had about a quarter bottle of HS6 left, so I got that. Another one I got is a discontinued one from IMR. It's the 4756. I got that when I got my Lee Lodahl shotgun press, so it came with everything that I got with that. So I also got that I want to use up here soon too. Videos on that might be kind of because nobody can buy the powder anymore. But I want to get it used up. I had used it in shotgun rounds, which would eat it up quick. But since I have it, I want to try it in some other rounds too. Just to see what it does, even though I really don't have anything to compare it to anymore because they don't sell it no more. But I need to make room up there for the powders I do use. Another one I like using that I just tried recently, thanks to Republic Ammunition, actually it's probably been almost a year now, is Shooter's World, I think it was Clean Shot. I really like that, but they only carry that in the big jugs. And that's another one that, because of my limited income, I can't go out and, for some reason, I got another one that didn't pop out here. I can't afford to get out the big jugs, so I usually buy the 1 pound jars, because that's what I can afford. Let's see if that one popped out that time. I didn't look to see who the brand of those were. My eyes are getting so bad here. I think that might be some of the Xtreme Bullet cases. Yep, those are Xtreme Bullets. They're the ones I normally use. But they sent out some pre-primed brass, and we shot some of those up. And I think that's what that is. Funny that comes up when we're doing a Barry's Bullets video. But that's what that was there. Looks like one I already reloaded, though, because I had a white primer, or a silver primer in it. And Xtreme Bullets, when you have their pre-primed, they have brass bullets in them, or primers in them, so that wasn't the original one. Alright, but we are getting low on bullets here. So what I'm going to do is stop yapping, and we are going to go back to knocking these out here after I get my bin moved right. And one just dropped on the floor. Now let's go back into quiet mode. Alright, we're starting to get down here now. I want to do one more powder check just to make sure that everything is running like it should. I kind of waited a little bit longer to get down on this, where usually I don't. I usually do it halfway through. But usually this powder measurer is pretty accurate and consistent for me. So we'll double check this here just to make sure where I'm at. And we're at 4.3 now. Like I said, when we checked it at the beginning, it was teetering at 4.39 because mine actually scale reads like that. And it's in the high 4.3s now, so it is very consistent. Basically, with anything like this, plus minus a tenth, that is a pretty good powder measure if you ask me. So, usually I don't check it that often. What we got here? Yeah, got a little 380 auto sneaking in on me. So now I got to knock that primer back in, put that off to the side and throw it in my little 380 bin. Come back over here once again, take the one with the powder charge out, grab another piece here. If I can get my fingers to go on it. Put that in. Go up, size it and deprime it. Put another primer in. Put my powder case back in. Put the pin in. Rotate it and keep on keeping on. Now you guys got to see that a few times on this press, how easy it is just to get back going again. Got to love it. I know somewhere in one of these I just cleaned. Oop, I bet you we did it again. Man, got a couple 380s in here. But what I was going to say is I think I actually saw a 40 cal in one of these bins that I just cleaned. But I don't think I took it out. I think I forgot to take it out. So we'll probably end up running across one of those, if not in the video. I know when I'm doing off-camera reloading, which I'll be doing soon here with the 147 gun, I'll probably run back into that one too. I tried to separate all these out before I clean them, but it don't always work. As you guys can tell here, I've gotten 2 of them in so far. It happens. It's hard to, 380 is one of those that's hard to keep out of the 9mm, and the thing about it is I shoot 380, and when my brother comes over, he shoots 380, and of course my wife carries a 380, so I do pick up some 380 cases out in the grass sometimes. And a lot of times, you know, when you're out in the grass like I do at my range, you're not going to get every single piece of brass the first time. So there's times I go out there and I might pick brass up from a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Usually, here's a perfect example. Even after you clean it, that's usually what they look like. That was more than likely a case that sat out there for a few months. It was rained on, stepped into the dirt and stuff. But it is clean and there's nothing wrong with it. So that's just something that I tell you guys, because that's one of the things I got to deal with having my own range. And now we are low on primers. So that usually means we got about 4 of them left. So we'll keep knocking these out here. But usually everybody who comes over to my house and shoots 9mm. So I got a decent supply of 9mm brass. It's probably the only one I got an abundance of, but I like that because I shoot a lot of it, so I ain't got to clean it as much. Usually what I try to do is when I get a coffee can full of dirty ones, I try to clean them. Last time I was slacking, so this time when I cleaned, I had to do 2 of them. That was a lot of cleaning, but I do have the Frankfurt Arsenal wet tumbler, and then I use a food dehydrator to dry them, and everything goes quick with that. Oop, there we go. We are out of primers, and it looks like I am 1 bullet short. So what I'm going to do is I think I actually got a 115 grain in my bin over here. I'm going to find it real quick. That is from berries. And then I'm going to finish this out. But for you guys, let's go back up on top. Alright, I did find another 115 grain bullet here, and I'm going to give you guys a bonus. What I do is actually I keep a bin here. You can see there's cast bullets, there's copper bullets in there and stuff. What I do is usually when you get bullets, they give you like 1 or 2 extras so you can make a dummy round and to make up for any variance. So I keep all those. And you can see here that I even have some Hornady XTP. These are 45 cal on here. I keep all those just for a reason like this in case I am shorted on one. Or like I said, when I cast bullets. Here's one of my 147 grain 9mm cast bullets right here. I keep all those just for a case like that where if I'm going and I run out, I'm like, hey, I still got some in here so I can keep going to make it an even 100. So there's a tip for you. So here is 100 rounds in here of our berries 115 grain bullets here. Once again, I'd like to thank the viewer who sent these out to the channel. Like I said, we will be getting to the 147 grains here next for videos. So that's something for you to look forward to. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axil Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some have got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliated accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are one nation under God. And I'll see you all on the next one.